Oh boy, was that one wild, interesting. I don't even know how to put that one. I want to make sure my audio is correct because for some reason things happen with my computer here. We're good. Anyway, Rangers win 2-1 over the Arizona Coyotes in their home opener, third game of the regular season. And what a gutsy effort by the Rangers in this one. I got back from the Garden just now, so that's why I'm obviously going live late. And then on top of that, that's why my voice is pretty much shot. So yeah, bear with me with my voice being absolutely brutal throughout the entire of but the Rangers get the W. The Rangers get the W. Wasn't necessarily the prettiest, not really. There was a lot of things that concerned me in this game, but I'm trying to sit back here and look at this in a different way. I don't like to look at it this way because I'm crazy. I don't think anyone likes hearing this because this is just the way we are as fans, where we demand perfection. We demand a 60-minute effort night in and night out. This is what we want. But the only thing that I can say to soothe Ranger fans' worries is that they're technically outplaying every single team that they play against. And they've been outplaying every team, every game thus far. And they're 2-1. They're 2-1. Probably shouldn't have dropped that game against Columbus, but regardless, you're 2-1. And this is a better spot than we potentially thought the Rangers would be in going into the season. Because a lot of people had the Rangers, they chalked up an L on that Buffalo game. Like 1-2 is what people really had this team at. People chalked up an L here against the Coyotes, or 2-1. That's what most people expected. People thought Columbus was the win, but regardless, you're 2-1. This is not a finished product by any means. This is far from a finished product. This team has a lot of growing room. This team has a lot to work on. This team is going to get better. This team is better than what they showed tonight. And they still gave a very, very respectable performance, in my opinion. Would I have liked them to have generated more offense? Absolutely. Who wouldn't have? But at the same time, here you have Sutherland just completely blocking Artemi Panarin from a potential breakaway or odd man rush opportunity with Philip Hedl. Here you have the refs calling garbage penalties left and right. Here you have the refs just missing calls left and right. So the Rangers fought through adversity there. They did. And when the Rangers when they were on the 5-on-3 and that building was ready to explode, it was over. It was over. I said it then and there. There was no way Arizona was winning that game. They don't deserve to win that game after not scoring on a 5-on-3. The Rangers 9 times out of 10 lose this type of game last season. They do. They let up a goal on the 5-on-3. The crowd's even more upset. Things probably would have been thrown on the ice. They would have stopped the game. And instead, here we are. Here we are with the W. Defensively, thought they were pretty sound at points in the game. I didn't like the way that they were letting the Coyotes enter the zone, but I thought they limited a good amount of opportunities. I think Arizona had 4 high danger chances all game, which you take that all day. Sometimes the Rangers allow that in a period. You take that and run with it. But somehow Arizona's expected goals were near 2, which is a little actually no, the Rangers were near 2. The Coyotes were at a 1.57. The Rangers were at pretty much at 2 flat. So yeah, I mean, it tells you the score, tells you how this thing went, and there was a lot that happened in this game, though. A lot that happened in this game. Where do we want to start? I guess the first period where the Rangers opened the scoring, Chris Kreider. I said it on Joey's podcast, who I went to the game with. I said it on the Ice Cold Takes podcast. He might just mess around, score 50 this year, this guy. I don't even know what to say about Chris Kreider right now, but this is the type of Chris Kreider that we need, and we saw it in the playoffs. The 2-on-1, Mika Zibanejad finds Chris Kreider. Zibanejad, he's not even getting going with the goal scoring yet. Can we just appreciate that? He's playmaking right now. He's giving the plays right now, and him and Kreider look really, really good with their chemistry. They really do. And Kako is fitting in on that line, in my opinion. He's really fitting in on that line. Trocheck took a penalty in that period at one point. Took it actually pretty much after the goal. Um, the Rangers also got a power play in that period. Didn't necessarily go the greatest, their power play. Did end up scoring later on, but which sucks because again, you want to see this team generate some 5v5 offense, but didn't really happen enough. Shots in the first period were 13-11 in favor of the Rangers. Sorry, I'm not going into detail as much as I normally do with the way that these the game went as each shift was. It's harder when I'm at the game and I'm just dialed in. But regardless, yeah, the Rangers still outplayed the Coyotes in that period statistically in every single aspect of the game. They had 3 high danger chances. By the way, the Coyotes had 3 high danger chances in that first period. Rangers were a little sloppy defensively, and there were some things I didn't like. Like I said, I did not love how easily Arizona was entering the offensive zone. Did not, or the defensive zone, I should say. I did not like some of the neutral zone defense. Like the Rangers, you're playing the 1-3-1. You gotta be better with that. But then again, you still have some good plays. Like Adam Fox, did I not mention? Shame on me for not mentioning that little step up that he had at one point. A little step up. Beautiful. Adam Fox, he had a very, very, very good night defensively. Offensively, not really a lot to love from the entire team, to be fair. But defensively, like I said, this is a different way to win. This is a different way to win, which is something that we can at least be happy about. Is that we know that the Rangers could now play a shutdown type game. They allowed a power play goal to Clayton Keller in the second period. Rangers did not get anything going defensively. Shots were 9-4. And that was a power play too. That one. That was a power play because I don't, for the life of me, do not understand how Brain Schneider got called for that holding penalty, and then Keandre Miller gets called for an even softer thing. Rangers end up killing it off, but still garbage. The Rangers got a power play in the period, goes nowhere, and then this is where it went ridiculous. Outside of Vinny Trocheck missing a wide open net, channeling his inner Ryan Strome, you had Panarin and Hedo potentially having a 2-on-1. Ref blocks the way. Ref blocks the way. And then they call a penalty on Lafreniere. And then Lindgren fires the puck at the ref, which I loved. Would I have loved it if the Rangers didn't kill that penalty off? Nope. But I loved it. I love it because of the way that this resulted. Beautiful. Clown show from the officials tonight. Asshole throughout the arena. And that fueled the Garden and the Rangers. Block shots from Barclay Goodrow, clearing the puck. Bonino blocking shots. You name it. They kill that penalty, those 2 penalties off, and you knew the Coyotes didn't have a chance. Shots, like I said, 9-4 in that period. The Rangers need to produce more offensively. Still had a lot of time in the offensive zone, just not enough scoring opportunities. Not enough. What's crazy is, though, it says the Rangers had 3 high danger chances in that second period with 4 shots on goal. That makes me feel a bit better. I'll say that. But third period, I mean, come on. Do we even need to discuss that third period? The Rangers put this thing to bed. The neutral zone play, the play in all 3 ends of the ice, on all 3 ends of the ice, best of the game. Best of the game. If there's one thing that we're seeing from this team, the ability to shut down and frustrate teams. The Coyotes were pissed off. The Rangers had another power play, score on Vinny Trocheck, tips in a puck from Panarin. Fox gets the assist as well. 2-1. and the Rangers shut this thing down. And then at the end, you had a big scrum. The Arizona Coyotes, losers, losers, losers. Clayton Keller too. Didn't even mention him slew footing Adam Fox. Better be a suspension coming there. Probably won't be. Probably will just be a fine, a slap on the wrist. But regardless, come on, suspend that clown. Suspend that clown for that slew foot. Blatant, blatant too. But I love this. I love how much the Rangers get under other teams' skins now. They're pissing teams off. Jacob Trouba, he's never going to be the 8 million guy, but the respect I have for that man, as of lately, especially as a leader, I was wrong. I was wrong. I gotta say it. I didn't love the choice of naming him captain. I still question it every now and then, but at least on the ice, the fire and intensity that he brings and the willingness to go in the war for his teammates, I gotta say I love it. Gotta say I love it. And he's yapping at Dumba, yapping at the Coyotes. Igor Shesterkin too just starts getting in the mix there too. I loved it. I loved it. I loved every single bit of this to an extent. I got frustrated from that second period. I didn't love it from that period, at least offensively, but for the most part, I mean, defensively, the step ups in the neutral zone, the shutdown ability from this team was just beautiful. And even then, they were still taking risk offensively, but still shutting down Arizona. Shots were 28 to 27 in favor of the Rangers by the end of this. The Rangers, this is where it killed them. 11 turnovers in the game, but still 14 block shots. A lot of them in the first period, though. 18 to 15 hits in favor of the Rangers. Rangers dominated in terms of the analytics. Well, not necessarily dominated, but they outplayed them. They outplayed them. According to Money Puck, the expected goals were about a 3 for the Rangers and about 2 for the Coyotes. So Igor made a big save, which he was big in this game tonight. It's not mistaking that. As good as the Rangers were in front of him at point, Igor definitely made some key saves. Definitely made some key saves. But I'm pleased for the most part because, like I said, we know that this is not a finished product. We know the first few games, I'm getting to a point where I had this thought where let's not stress too much about the first few games. Grind out wins, no matter how it is, and they're only going to get better as they adjust to Laviolette's system and as things get going. They could only get better from here, and they still have gave us 3 good efforts in a row. That's more than they ever gave under Gerard Gallant. So thank Peter Laviolette for that, at least as of now. But they play Nashville on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how Nashville is necessarily doing this season thus far, but regardless, that should be a game where you hope the Rangers could win it, but at the same time, UC Soros is one of the best goalies in the game, so you just never know. You just never know. But I'd like them to get a win because then you have that road trip coming up. So the Rangers have Nashville and then that 5-game road trip. I would love it. Obviously, if they go 6-0, I'd love it. If they could go 4-2, I am very, very pleased because then the Rangers put themselves in a spot where they're not behind the 8 ball, where they were adjusting the Laviolette system. Come November, things are going to start to pick up. As we get in the later months, things are going to start to pick up. It's going to get better. It's going to. And again, they still played pretty good. You just need more offensively at points. You just need more offensively. But the defense That's something you could take as a positive. Oh yeah, that was an intense game, freak. I'm getting the chat now. Pretty good game, not an overly exciting 5v5, but good overall for game three. I agree, Mike. That's the big takeaway. But again, even though we're saying they weren't great 5v5, defensively they were good. We just need them to generate the offense. I'm sure that's something Laviolette's gonna want to address there. But at the same time, if the Rangers become a team, they chip in a few goals and then they shut down the other team. I'm not complaining either. That's a recipe for success come playoff time. Yeah, Kelly Sutherland was a clown. Good win tonight. Wasn't our best performance, but we found a way to grind out a win against a really good team. Good teams find ways to win games. Yeah, and that's my point. And even then, like I said, I think that they gave a respectable effort. Like if you look at the charts too, like defensively, I mean, if you look at the charts, uh, outside of the fourth line, which I do gotta say, the fourth line's concerning me. There is way too much times that they are caught in the defensive zone. Like every single line, Corsi above 50%, Corsi above 70% for every line, but that fourth line. The fourth line, 11%. They're a detriment to the team right now. They truly are a detriment to the team. And the all yeah, here it is too. High danger chances against 3 with the fourth line on. For the other lines, 0 for that Lafreniere Hedel Panarin line, 0 for that Kreider's Imagine Kaka line, and 1 against that Coley Trocheck Wheeler line. The fourth line's a little bit of a problem. Blake Wheeler was on that fourth line at points in the game, but yeah, that fourth line definitely needs some work. They block shots, sure, but I'm not really impressed. Defensively, Miller and Schneider were probably the two guys that were shaky at points, and the chart backs it up. But even then, I mean, Schneider definitely had a way better game than he had against Columbus. Like he was actually making some decent plays. Um, Miller, though, Miller was definitely a little bit of a worry defensively. And it caused Trouba to look bad too defensively. Like Trouba, I didn't think was awful defensively. He had a couple of bad plays, but for the most part, I thought he was like decent enough, is what I mean. But I felt like Miller dragged him down. But everyone else, I mean, the dark blue all the way to the right, all the way to the right. Vanajad leading the way up there. Kako, Selke, Lindgren, and Fox. I mean, Adam Fox defensively. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And there's actually clowns out there that try to tell us Ranger fans that Adam Fox is just a guy who puts up points and he doesn't actually play defense. Shut up. Shut up and watch a game. Shut up. It's hilarious. Artemi Panarin was very good. I thought he was better than the chart suggested. I thought he was actually good offensively. But yeah, I mean, nobody was, according to the charts, nobody was good offensively outside of that Kreider's Imagine Kaka line, which I could agree. And then outside of Jacob Trouba, it says so. Yeah, again, offensively, they needed to be better. That's the long answer to that one. I agree, freak. This team is way like thus far, at least 3 games in. I don't want to speak too soon, but they're more watchable 3 games in than they were all of the past 2 seasons. More than that, because obviously the rebuild, but like I just mean since Gallant was in, because that's when they started to be contenders, if you will. Yeah, I agree, Nick, that um that they couldn't get going offensively. Part of it was the refs, but also, yeah, they just didn't get enough going offensively. A few crucial mistakes and tough calls are the only things holding them back. I agree. And if that's all that's holding you back, that's addressable. Why do I feel like the or why do you feel like the ref, ran into Panarin on purpose? I I was joking on Twitter that he was smiling and dancing. Kreider going for 82 goals, you damn right. The meat market's open, baby. Second period was our worst period, but credit to the team. We killed a 5 on 3, found our game in the third. Weren't great in the neutral zone, but we started to get uh, sustained in the offensive zone. I thought they got better as the game went along in the neutral zone. I agree that was shaky at times, but they're still learning, and I think that they were solid enough in the neutral zone at points in the game, but the first period, definitely letting them get in too much. Second period, a little less. Third period, the neutral zone play was definitely what you wanna see more often. Oh, yeah, the Kachina jerseys are great. Playoff type wins. Yeah, you're right, Nick. The people calling for the Rangers to trade Kreider, please take a seat. Yeah, I mean, it's just a tough situation with Kreider. Like, people want him traded just so Lafreniere gets minutes, but another poor game from both Wheeler and Schneider. They better start looking over their shoulders because Othman is waiting for his chance. We'll look to improve at D at the deadline. I did like our defensive game in the defensive zone. We really didn't give up big chances, especially when we were on the PK. I agree, Matt. Although I don't necessarily agree that Schneider had an awful game. Um, there were a couple things that aggravated me, but I forgot to mention Igor stopping that penalty shot too. Silly me. Silly me. As the garden needed more life to it, and then that happened. Yeah, and Trouba looks better under Laviolette, yeah, exactly. I'm telling if the Rangers make noise, this guy Laviolette needs a statue outside the garden. Don't care. Yeah, I can't imagine, Blake Wheeler sticking if he's gonna keep playing like this. Can't imagine that. He looks bad. He looks not just that not necessarily bad, like, just so slow, it's painful, but and it's annoying because I was actually, like, excited about the signing for 800K, but he just hasn't been even that, like, I'd rather have Othman here, I'd rather Kane come back, obviously, but a bad 4th line is easy to fix at the deadline, even with the little cap space we have. Bingo, Luke, bingo. You get it. Very addressable. The only issue I have is that I'm scared that they're gonna be too attached to guys like Goudreau and then even Pitlick, who they just signed, and VC. Like, that's the only thing that scares me, but if they continue to play this bad, they're left with no choice. Yeah, hopefully Panarin, oh, Matt, I just saw your comment. But yeah, hopefully we can get a good playoff performance there. Yeah, those are the worst refs in the game, Luke. The scrum was great at the end. Thank God Wheeler's only 800K, yeah. They could always get Mott. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, I knew the game was over when the Rangers killed that, uh, when they killed off that 5 on 3, but when Igor stopped it, that was the nail in the coffin that they were winning the game. Arizona had no chance. They didn't. Yeah, a lot of block shots. A lot of block shots like the Tortorella days. Alright, I'm sorry I'm wrapping it up, quickly here. My voice is shot. I have not ate dinner at all, so I'm gonna do that at midnight here. What am I gonna eat? I don't know. But I'm gonna eat dinner at midnight. So why not? And I'm gonna shower. So yeah, that building, electric, electric. Even though the person in front of me was pretty pissed off because I was too loud. Go outside the arena, watch the game at a bar, why don't you? Just shut up and leave me alone. Because that building needs to start being electric. I want that building to be electric night in and night out, and it was electric tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on your way out. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers.